6290.
I wish to hear more of your grandfather. He served King Leoric?
Not much to tell. I lived with my father in Chaldeum at the time. We heard that my grandfather stayed in Tristram until the end, trying to save lives. Don't know if he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from a sword wound. He had the crown sealed with him to keep it safe.
It takes strength to stand against the dark. Thank you for your grandfather's sacrifice. I see the villagers weeping for their dead. You do not? How is it that you alone know of the unformed land?
I don't know what you're talking about. You did me a service and I'm grateful, but I don't care to speak of my wife.
Ah, you bury your tears. Hear me when I tell you that I understand. Long ago, before I became a warrior, my little sister died of a terrible illness. I did not sleep for long days. I did not eat. The spirits, they whispered and sang to me until my tears dried. They sing to me still, and I smile to hear my sister among them.
With all due respect, I don't want to hear about your beliefs or your spirits. You don't have any business.
Whee!
I hear you are going to the fields. It was a place of great beauty before the dirty Khazra fouled it with their presence. Kill some of them for me, will you?
What? Okay.
The Horodrim were powerful mages gathered together by the Archangel Tyrael to defeat the three prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. They devoted themselves fully to the destruction of the demon lords and left behind valuable tomes and teachings.
How did you become the last of the Horodrim?
My ancestor was the leader of the Horodrim, Jared Kane. When the Horodrim died out, their tomes stayed in my family. I was thrilled by tales of the Horodrim as a little boy, but it wasn't until I returned to them as an adult that I realized they contained deeper truths.
Uh-huh.
What else do you remember?
Only that there were surges of light and a kind of pain.
How do you feel now?
The emptiness gnaws at me. It is a constant frustration.
Do not punish yourself. We will seek answers together.
Uh-huh.
Tyrael is the angel of justice. He has been helping mankind for generations, though he is forbidden to do so in any direct manner. Long ago, the high heavens and the burning hells made a pact as a result of the Sin War that they would not interfere in our world.
This deal has been broken by the demons.
Sin War.
Can Tyrael not act?
The Angiris Council, the archangels that lead heaven, almost destroyed our world once to keep the demons from spreading their corruption upon it. If Tyrael were to act directly, it would alert the Council to the demons' activities here and imperil us all.
Mm-hmm. So what you saying? I got a lot of crap. I should probably sell some of this crap.
I have some new items.
I suppose business will pick up now that the Skeleton King is dead.
Yeah. You know who killed that Skeleton King? Me. That's right. Okay, I had a little help. It was mostly me. Masterful Pike of Flame. 18 to 21 damage versus 7 to 8 damage. But that has 1.4 attacks per second versus 0.95. I don't even know how to use melee weapons in this game. I keep picking them up. I've tried every button. None of them do anything. It's really dumb. I don't know. I'll hold on to that one, I guess. Not as good. Just selling anything that's not as good. Apparently everything is better than what I have. I'll have to look at that. Something unidentified. Larrick's Crown. Oh, brother. Still, it's better than what I have. Adventuring leather out of focus. Can have that. Infusing Shrunken Head of Thorns. That has like no armor value. Why? Magic Mojo. Interesting. And the Royal Shield, which I can't use, but has 100 armor. I guess I'll sell it, since I can't use it. This contains your potions and miscellaneous crap. Here you have some other garbage that you're not using. And some boots. And a gathering hide belt. Just, you know. Alright. This one's the Reptilian Brigadine Coat of Focus. It seems like it's got 2 extra armor, but these are yellow. It means they're special. It's got a lot of extra stuff. Level 8, rare chest armor. Oop. And then this, it's nothing special. This is magic chest armor. So we'll wear the rare one just because it's rare, right? It's what you do. Ground is better. Oh, something crazy happened. Challenge of the Brawl. Uh-huh. That's better. I don't know about that. I don't know what that's all about. Woo. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should use that pike thing. It's got way... I'll stick with what I got. Stick with what you know. Alright. Keep moving. Any mail? No, nobody sends me any mail. Nobody likes me. Where am I going? Gotta go back here for something. How's it going, guys?
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
Who buys goods? We just find them from all the monsters we kill. Jedi's asking if I want to do Twitch with him. Yeah, I don't care. I could do that.
What was once one shall become.
It's going to be kind of hard to respond to him, though, on my watch at the moment. I'm just going to steal this.
My dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish.
What was that? I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. Cemetery of the Forsaken.
Is that you find your path. Love always.
I'm gonna go over here, camera.
Mira.
It's more comfortable. Even though I got these boxes in the way. What's that all about? Whee! Here, you can look at my leg. I don't even know why I have the camera on. It's dumb. Oh, it's gonna roll into graves. Just like, I'm like the Juggernaut. Guess I'm supposed to be helping this guy with something. I don't know. Can't even remember. It was like 2 days ago. I was playing The Witcher 3 yesterday. That's a game that's really dry. I'm the Witcher.
If there's a sword here, we will
venom on the
find
ground.
it.
Wonder how it got there. Maybe I should take a nap. You know? It's like, woo! Hope it gets more exciting. Anything? Anything? Better look out for my spider jars that I throw. Don't know where I'm going, but I'm gonna walk around. It's a massacre. I should totally do that right now. Like a million frog things, giant trees attacking me. What the hell is going on? Look at that thing. It's like the end of Lord of the Rings. I'm really pissed. I'm like surrounded by poison or something. Alright. So there, tree and plants. Haha! I win.
What skill should I master?
Uh-oh. Throw some more spiders around. If I'm lazy, I don't want to do any of my own fighting. I just send the spiders to do my work. Plague carriers. Look out, you'll get the plague. But don't worry, you'll only be green for a little bit. Wouldn't it be great in real life if it was like that? You just got green for a little bit. You're like, I got the flu, and it's like a green gas following you around. Your folks are all like, but I'll bring it in here. Oh. And then like you eat like a chicken leg or something, and then you're not sick anymore. Like, oh no, it just wore off. I wore off the flu. It's great. But I guess that kind of does happen, but it takes like weeks. Uh-oh. Jesus. I should be outside right now cleaning my pool, but like I'm not. Oh. Kill the wood rake. Like I gotta drain all the water off the top cover. And like have like a drain thing. It's like a hose connected to this filter tube. But the hose isn't long enough to get the drain thing in the middle of the pool or the rest of the water is. So it's kind of a bummer. And so I have like a industrial type of, you know, water pump. And I could use that. But, and I probably will, but it's like a pain in the ass because I got to get like 2 garden hoses and I got to connect it, and then I got to like pour water into the pump so that it can get like, get its pump going basically. It needs to have like some water pressure. And that could take a while. I got to sit there and pour it in and wait for it to run and make sure it doesn't have air in it. It's like easier just to get a hose in there and siphon it out. Like I said, my hose isn't long enough. And then they like worked on my deck last year, so my deck was redone, but they didn't actually drill the hole for my ladder. for my pool ladder. So if I could get into the pool, but I couldn't get out if I were to go into it once it's like set up. So I was going to order a new one, but man, pool stuff is crazy expensive for dumb stuff. Like you would think a ladder would not be like more than $100 or something, but some of like, you know, I mean, you can get a totally shitty one that will probably kill somebody for $100, but it's like $300 and some for a freaking ladder. Completely. Or I mean, a decent one. I know someone's going to like that. You know, you can get a good pool ladder. $70. All in absolutely solid red. Don't look at that. People are really into this game. I'm not sure. Like, there's not a whole lot to it. You kind of just hold the fire button down, lob shit at monsters. You know, there's really not, I don't want to say there's not skill or anything involved, because somebody will take offense to that, but there's not a lot to it. I think you just have to have the right equipment, you know, in order to progress. Grind away at it so they can get, like, more powerful stuff, so they can get better at it or something, but the gameplay perspective, you know, just holding the button down most of the time. Come on. It's Halloween Town. It's orange. I think there's something wrong with this land. There's a monster every 5 feet. What are they surviving on? Brown leaves. They eat brown leaves. Oh. And chickens. Here's the monster's chickens hen house. Made him mad. Didn't want you to eat his chicken. There's some cottage over here. Like you're gonna have a cottage. Let's go to the cottage, kids. We'll find the killer monsters everywhere. Where you go? There's another.
I'm not quite sure what all the fuss is about. Few farmers turn up dead, and everyone goes running for the hills. I've lived off these lands for 20 years, and I have not seen any bloodthirsty monsters running about.
Aha!
No reason I should leave a perfectly good harvest.
That's right. Fuck your log, buddy. Broadsword of the bear. Since my primary weapon is a jar full of spiders, I don't know if it really matters if I have any of this crap. Blessing received. This guy's just been following me around. Can we go in the game? Search for the Karzadin. So I can't go in here right now. No. Very well. I have a Tinkerbell floating near my head. Hey, listen! Is that from Zelda? I can't remember that thing's name. It's probably just as well. Uh-oh. Those frogmen. That means I probably went up a level or something. So, Minotaur people. Moon Clan Warrior. Skills. I can get a skill. Alright, earned a skill. Fortify. It's done. Yeah, speaking of which, I didn't summon my zombie dogs. Totally need to be doing that. There we go. You wouldn't think people would carry around a lot of gold back in the day, even when it was worth like a lot less than it's worth now, just because gold's really heavy. You know? Like 1,000 gold pieces would be ridiculous. That would be like worse than carrying around like a car battery or something in your pocket. I got 1,000 gold pieces. I'm rich. I'm really tired though. I'm gonna put it down.
My spirit grows fast.
See that? I did that when I reached level 13. Numbing Dart. Poison Dart Rune. And Sacrifice. I don't know. I think I'm doing pretty good with what I'm at. Like, that's something Jeff does from Rage Select. Is he'll play levels over and over again in the beginning stages, so his character is like super buff, and then he'll you know, continue to progress through the game. I can't do that though. That's super boring. The guy's got a lot of patience. I just finished this level. I think I'll play it again. I guess I should probably look at the map or something, don't you think? This is kind of like where I started. Defiled Crypt. Search for the Khazra Den. So that's not the Khazra Den. So then mark up more gravestones. Do get some sort of bonuses from breaking shit though. It's not a completely wasted effort. See, 7 items crushed, 8 items crushed. If you do it like quick enough, you get like a speed bonus so you can run faster. But you probably already know, because everybody's played this game except me. But hey,
rough.
I'm working on it. This is the map. Do I have a map? I get these games confused because. There we go. Like I was playing The Witcher yesterday and I was pushing down on the D-pad and I kept drinking vitality potions. It's like, damn it, that's not the map. Alright, well, I don't know. I don't see it on the map, so let's keep going. No speed bumps. Uh-oh. Stay puff marshmallow man. Sorrow the Fiend. Yeah, I'm not really doing anything. I just hold down the X button. That guy hits me, and then for some reason my health goes like right back up. Must have enough apples in my pack or something. Are we done? Awesome. Adventuring Longstaff of the Eel. It's weird. The guy who created that, is that what he named it? You know? I've built a Longstaff. I call it the Adventuring Longstaff of the Eel. I know it doesn't sound very original, but I threw the eel in there. I thought that was a fun little creature that I could name the staff after. By the way, does anyone want to eat some mushrooms? No. I don't want your mushrooms, old man. Oh. Very well. I'll eat them all myself. Hungry torsos. Let's go get this blood bag over here. Watch out for that giant freaking buzzard. Baby New Year kidnapper. What would these monsters do now that I'm not here? They're having a fire, singing songs, just hanging out. I wish some adventurers would come through here. I'm very bored. How do you think we feel? We're torsos and we're hungry. Experience added to the bonus pool. Woo! Speaking of pool. Bloat gut devilkin. People that played this game, are they like, you know, familiar with the lore of the bloat dart devilkin? Bloat gut? Or they're like, oh, that's bloat gut devilkin. I know how to handle this guy. And then they, you know, they do some kind of like Mortal Kombat spin move on the controller, and then that guy like it explodes or something. There's like a fatality.
I hear something stirring in the distance.
New Tristram. No, I don't want to go there. Well, yeah, I guess that's where I ended up. Where, Search for the Khazra Den. I covered all of the outline, because that's usually where they like to stick the dungeons, you know, on the edges, but so far nothing that I could see. Going here, I guess. Obviously, it could be like right smack dab in the middle, but that's easier to cut through when you already get the perimeter done.
What skill should I master?
Go kill one of those bloated things, because all these worms come out. Watch out for the undead torsos and bloat guts. Retching cadaver, ravenous dead. Retching cadaver. Look out for the puke monsters. No, those are the retching cadavers. The what? Retching cadavers. No, we call them the puke monsters. That's just a horrible name. They're really retching. They're not puking. Well, I call them the puke monsters. I don't care. Can't tell me how to name all the monsters.
We are brothers.
Well, no one else is going to know what you're talking about.
Than mere friendship.
Ah, so no friends then. But
well, I'll know what I'm talking about. How can you not know? There's only one monster that pukes. Well, actually, there's a number of monsters that puke. We just haven't got to a high enough level yet.
Prepare for a long fight.
Good idea. Meanwhile, fight 3 grotesques at the same time.
A well-deserved death.
Blah. I gotta go back and get my gold. Because maybe I'll buy something one of these days. That dead is so ravenous. They're not just walking dead, they're ravenous dead. They're very hungry, unlike the regular dead people. Did you just call them hungry dead? Yeah. Because they're more than hungry, they're ravenous. This Jedi over here. That post meal. Vengeful massacre. There used to be all these gravestones around here, and you can identify the bodies, but somebody's gone through and smashed them all. You know, one time I was with my brother, and here in the Cleveland area, there's a distant suburb in another county called Valley City, and not to be confused with Valley View, which is actually in Cuyahoga County or Cleveland. Valley City, I think, is in, you know what? I don't know. Lorain County? No, I have no idea. Anyway, it has this supposedly haunted witch's ball in the graveyard there. And we went out and saw it, and it's this marble ball. It's really large. It looks like, have you ever seen one of those globes, like those big globes that you find in like offices or whatever, or like in libraries? It's about that size, but it was like this blue marble. Though I can't quite remember if it was blue, but my fault. It's like this blue marble, and it's heavy. I mean, it's like somebody put it there, and as a grave or something, or a decoration way back in the day, or whenever it was put there. And people say, oh, well, you can feel it. It's warm at night. You can feel the souls of the dead or something, And as a kid growing up, you're just like, really? That's creepy, But you go out there and you're just like, all right, this is just some decorations that we put here in the graveyard. But we went out there one time, and everybody was, we were in our early 20s. Everybody was really drunk. And my brother was running around thinking he was a werewolf. And he pushed over a gravestone that was already broken, but it was really big and heavy. He just knocked it over. Some of the girls got mad.
When King Leopold came to court, he brought many nobles with him, and nobles, oddly enough, want noble crypts.
It's pretty funny.
So I showed up with my shovel, thinking to make easy profit by
Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to go look through the interior of that mess over there, and if I can't find it, then I'll look through this interior over there. That's where I am. So, don't want to follow the... Oh, well, there's this little cave area over here. Maybe I should follow the road. What do you think?
digging a few holes. Ha! There's no stopping their demands around here. Now, I eat, sleep, and breathe dirt, it seems.
Searching for the cause of death. Eventually got my brother home, and then... Well, first we went back to my apartment. He starts making out with this girl that... I don't know what he was doing. Because he was married at the time. It was kind of like, dude, just knock it off. And then, like, he got all, you know, had to take him home, but he really didn't want to go home, but he had, like, a curfew because he was married. And, so, it really felt, you know, he was smashed. And then, thanks, Enza. Yeah, so then I took him back to his place, and I didn't go inside or anything. But I remember about 10 minutes after I got back to my apartment, he showed back up at my door. So it's fucking bad. Can't take that bitch out. Something about his wife, you know? And I'm just like, what? Dude, you know? Go home. What are you doing? I want to be out. I don't need to be, you know. It's all crazy. So it's just like, I can't quite remember what happened. Like, he didn't end up hooking up with that chick or nothing. It was just like one of those weird drunk, you know, things. See, I came over here before. I did find this before. I can't get through this. I can't get through this gate. I'm like missing something. Or it's not open to me yet or something. So, we'll go run through the fog of war here. See if I can find anything. Let's kill this Minotaur party that's going on. Eventually went home. Starting the domino effect of although that really kind of took place when he met his current girlfriend. But you could see that the you know, the tension is there. It's kind of a weird situation back then too, because I had this little apartment in Fairview. I worked second shift, so I was always, you know, able to stay up until 4 in the morning because I didn't go to work until 3 in the afternoon. And Don Anderson would typically come over in the middle of the night. Like, he would hang out at his friend Paul's house, and then Paul's apartment.
Magic I have seen before coming from this cave.
There we go.
What I seek must be inside.
And so, and then my brother would operate the switcher at the truck yard, which was like, you know, he would move around the trailers. It was like this truck that you just drive up and pick up a trailer and then move it to like another location, you know, at the yard or whatever. And and he would do that all evening, and that was like a kind of like a regular shift, like, but it was like second shift, unlike, you know, where he drives now and he's gone for like, you know, overnight or whatever. This was like he worked kind of like my shift, like
kill him
3 to 11 or something. So rather than going home because his kids and his wife would be asleep, he would come over to the apartment. So,
be here soon.
and that's, you know, got me, Anderson, and my brother hanging out. So that's super crazy.
Stranger's light surrounds me so.
Who are you to take what is mine?
I will return this sword to its owner.
Then I moved in with Amber, and then it got all right. It was all right. Like Anderson and stuff would still come over. He just was. That girl's at 11, like all the time.
It is fallen where only the ancients may tread.
Yes, then she appears.
Always like with the drama and the weirdness going on and the arguing and stuff, but not like arguing like you know, because I wasn't dating her or anything, so it wasn't like she'd be all coming in and being like, you know, fuck you or anything, you know, just weird. Take the sword piece back to Cain. Let's check out what else is here.
How should I trade?
Do you wish to travel to the entrance of the current dungeon? Okay. So, like, you know, she would go out and do her thing, and, you know, we'd be hanging out just, like, playing Madden or something on the 3DO. And, then she'd come in with, like, her friends, and they'd all be wasted. It would be all super loud. Yeah. Screaming and shit. Like, oh my god. What the fuck's going on? You know, we gotta get out of here. This place has just suddenly gone, you know, crazy. They'd just be telling you crazy stories like, yeah, Carrie was talking to this guy and he got all crazy and he said he was gonna kill her and they followed her into the parking lot and we were like, oh my god, and you know, I was screaming at her to get into the car, and you're like, he was, and then you try to apply logic to it, you know, because you're not drunk or anything, and so you're just like, wait, so some guy was trying to kill you and stuff, and they kind of look at you like, you know, you're asking too many questions. Like, yeah, he was crazy, yeah. Okay, whatever. Kicked in her door, you know, just kicking her door in. You look at her car later, car's fine. It's like nothing. Drunken drama. Hey, what the hell? I had to get this leather belt. What's this over here? Here we go. Let's go back to Tristan. Tristram.
The sword was in the possession of Dark Ones, under the will of a woman named Magda.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
What?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
The shadow. Oh, talk to you. Oop.
Magda's words betrayed her. The next piece of the sword rests where only ancients may tread.
Yeah, it's one of those
Makes
problems
me think
with
of the drowned temple near the
Witcher 3
festering
too.
woods.
Is
I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
the X button is also like the
Leia.
punch button,
The temple was
or
home
like
to the
I'm playing on the
Nephilim.
Xbox, but whatever.
Leia, your
And so,
knowledge could be invaluable. You
like if you
must
try to
go
open
and help
something
our
or whatever,
friend
like
retrieve the
in a
sword
town,
piece.
like you could accidentally like
Nephilim
punch
were
like a
ancient
guard, then all of a
beings
sudden
with
you're like you're
fantastic
fighting the whole
powers.
town.
Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
The old one had that problem too, the second one, but it's a little bit more stupid now. Okay, what did it say? I gotta go where? Back to the Fields of Misery. Go to the Drowned Temple. This thing needs like a reference thing or something, because... Okay. Well, at least this time it's glowing.
You and I aren't so different. I have great power within me too. The only difference is I have
brag
no
about it, why
control
don't
over
you?
mine.
That sounds troubling.
It's only happened a few times in my life, and only when I was in grave danger. Something rises up from deep within me and, well, I can't really explain it.
You there! Please help! They're going to kill my friend!
Good. Open the
Thieves are
damn
going to
door.
kill my friend if we don't do something. Help me break these bonds and see for yourself.
What do they
His
want?
name
with
is
your friend?
Scoundrel. I don't think we
She's
should
just a
help him.
farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
Losing my
Finally.
patience, wench.
I'll never tell you.
Release the girl. The relic belongs to her.
You actually believe what this scoundrel tells you? Fine, you fools. We'll kill the both of you.
Scoundrel and Brigand. Although I shouldn't complain because in The Witcher 3, like, storyline gets so complicated sometimes. Forget what the hell you're even doing in that game.
You won't get away from us this time!
Nigel Cutthroat. Thieves Guild Assassin. Not a very good assassin.
This isn't over. The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
Oh, whatever.
Here's the relic, my love. I hid it like you asked. Father's grown suspicious of us, but that won't matter once we're married. It won't be long, right?
Of course, my dear. Soon we will settle down to a quiet life of tilling the fields and raising children. But first, I have to sell this relic. Alas, I must travel away with my friend here to do so.
You wish to come with me?
Yes, yes! You look like you know a lot about markets.
I'm not taking that guy with me.
Lead the way!
It's weird, I got this other guy with me. I don't think I'm supposed to have... I think he's like... He's helping me, but I don't know if, like...
Gods, I should have known.
He's still supposed to be with me. I think I was
seem like you
supposed
could
to
use a
do something
helping
with him,
hand.
and then he was supposed to
And I
leave
sure
or
as
something.
hell don't
and
want
he's
to stay
still
around
there.
here.
Maybe he's supposed to be with me. I
Tell
don't
me
know.
that you're not considering
I'm
this
slowly building an army.
criminal's proposal.
So I can fight Diablo. I don't even know if that's what I'm supposed to do in this game. That's what happens when you rent games. Nah, it doesn't matter really, because games don't come with instructions anymore. They don't tell you anything. Well, The Witcher 3 came with stickers. Weird.
Ah, there you are.
Do I gotta go back?
And you're betrothed?
Betrothed? Do I look like the marrying kind to you? By the way, my name is Lyndon.
Alright, cool. He's a new follower and he's decent. Do you want to replace the Templar with the Scoundrel? If so, the Templar will return to town and you could add them to your party at any time. I guess.
They will run when they see us.
I'm going ahead to the Drowned Temple. Our mission lies there.
What
the tomes say of Alaric and this temple is not encouraging.
Well, that's where I'm going. Don't you just slow down a little bit, lady?
You must be Alaric the Guardian. Uncle Deckard told me of your eternal watch over this cursed place. I thought it was a myth.
Are you Nephilim?
Oh my god.
No. There have been no Nephilim for a millennium.
Yet another myth. You seek entrance to this temple, but
People
only
in video
a
games.
Nephilim can enter. If you retrieve the keys
like,
from the outlying tombs and use them on the gates, we will
old,
see
you know, like ancient history type D&D stuff, or like future games. People always talk about things in, in terms of millennium.
that you may pass.
And it's like, millennium is a long time, man. 1,000 years. The United States hasn't even been around for 1,000. I mean, it hasn't even close.
2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warriors
think of everything that's happened, you know.
The ancients.
1,000 years is ridiculous. I mean, granted, you know, during the Bronze Age and stuff, probably nothing happened for like 1,000 years or whatever. But as technology improved, things happen a lot quicker. That's all they got to show for it. The Stone Age, the Bronze Age.
Are these Alaric's people?
But I don't know.
No,
I have no idea what comes after that.
madness.
The Industrial Age, or is it the Bone Age? Steel Age. That's what they should have called. Crom Age of Steel. Can I join? I don't know. Can you join? I have no idea how to make you do that.
Uncle Deckard called these flying creatures death with wings.
Repel them, my brothers!
I don't do a lot of multiplayer gaming, so I'm not really sure, you know, if there was something that appeared on my screen that said, you know, King Taco 562 wants to join. I'd say yes, but I have no idea how that actually works. Some games, you know, you just appear in the game. Like, that's the thing they've been doing a lot. But that's all kind of crazy, too. It was like Dead Island 2 or something, or maybe it was even Dead Island 1 did that. Like, you would just be playing, and then, like, other people would be, like, just in your game, running around, fighting the zombies, and they'd, like, be waiting for you, because they've played the game, like, 100 times or something, so they're, like, standing, you know, at the checkpoint. And then, meanwhile, I never played the game before, so I'm all, like, checking out the houses and seeing what's in them and stuff, and you don't just know that person's sitting there, like, going, oh, my God, come on! Don't look at all the dumb houses! You know, because they just want to rush through the game or whatever. Like, I don't know. I get it, but I've only played the game once. And then, of course, I never finished that game. It got really repetitive and boring. Yeah. I mean, there's race car games that, like Burnout had that thing, you know. Like other people. Things like that. Some games do that. Other games, you know, they got the match functions. Weird.
I've spent years exploring places like this with Uncle Deckard. This brings back memories.
There are so many places that we could explore together, Leah.
That's not exploration. It's a rescue mission.
Should grill out, but I don't think that's the weather here is like mid-70s and sunny today. Well, probably.
In the eastern kingdom of Khejistan, I heard rumors of Zakarum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west.
I just got back from the post office, and there are swarms of police everywhere. I'm guessing every city is on high alert. I live in a suburb where there's, like, no danger of us having a riot. We had this, Braylo trial today. I don't know if it's on the news everywhere. It's just kind of Cleveland-centered. We had this police case that happened I think it happened like 2 years ago or something, where I don't know if they had warrants or whatever the problem was, but like these guy and this girl who were black were driving by a police station or something in Cleveland, and apparently their car backfired, and so the cops thought that they were, taking a shot at the police station. So there was a chase, but it got out of control because there was like, I think there was something like 60 police officers involved, and there was like 30 cop cars chasing these suspects, and and so they eventually, because these guys ran, these people, because I think they had warrants or something, and so they cornered the car. And remind you, these people didn't have a gun or anything in the car, and the cops unloaded something like 120 bullets into the car, which is obviously excessive. And so they put this one, cop on trial because apparently this cop had unloaded a clip into the car and also stood on the hood of the car and was firing into the car by standing on the hood of the car, just unloading bullets.
I strike at your heart.
And it was like a weird court trial too, because there was no jury; it was just the judge. I'm not sure what that is exactly, but that's just whatever. That's what the prosecutor and the judge and everybody decided it was going to be for some reason. Maybe that's what they do for cops. And so, they were trying to say, hey, this guy, he fired into a car, that nobody was armed, nobody was shooting back, and he stood on the hood of the car and shot into this thing, took the time to reload his gun, and fired, another full clip into the car, and so they found that guy not guilty today. Don't ask me how. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense at all. Because the judge came out and said, well, we don't know if it was his bullets that struck and killed these people. Because there was 120 bullets going off. We don't know if, his bullets were the ones that killed these people, so we can't basically convict this guy on... I mean, that would never work in any kind of civilian, murder thing. You would never be able to get away with that. Well, yes, yes, Your Honor, I shot at the police with everybody else, and yeah, I did stand on the hood of the car and shot into the police car with my gun, but I mean, you can't prove that my bullets were the ones that killed them. I mean, but that's what happened. So now Cleveland is, all the police are all out and ready to, nip shit in the bud if there's riots or something that are going to happen. But I don't think there's going to be any riots like this because there's no real trigger point to this. Like when you look at what happened in Baltimore or whatever, they had the funeral and stuff, and that kind of just set off the kids that were out of school or whatever to start breaking shit. Where am I supposed to be going at this point? I don't even have a thing on my thing. I'm supposed to go back? I don't even know. I've been talking so much, I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients. Within them reside the keys to our sacred temple.
Okay. So 2 tombs in the woods. Let's go back and see if we can find that. So I think, they're probably not going to be any kind of riot. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Now, see, we had this other incident that happened here with this Trayvon kid And this is kind of another weird one. He was playing with a airsoft gun, one of those guns that looks like a real gun. And he was sitting in front of a recreation center where a lot of the kids would go and hang out and stuff. And he was pointing it at people. There's video of this. He was pointing it at people and walking around and all that kind of stuff. And Crypt of the Ancients. So he was just, kind of like he had put the gun away. It was in his, his pants or whatever. And he was just kind of walking around. And then there's video, basically, where the cops, for some fucking reason, roll up right next to him in a car. And the guy jumps out of the car and shoots the kid dead in, like, a second. And the cops were saying, well, we told him to raise his hands and stuff, and he wasn't doing stuff. And then you look at the video, and there's no time. There's no time to even believe for a second that that's what happened. So, now people are more pissed about that because obviously it was a kid. Now, should the kid have been walking around pointing an airsoft gun at people? No, but at the same time, the cops should have had more restraint, and especially because the gun wasn't out. He wasn't pointing it at the cops, nothing. They were like, well, it looked like he was going to go for it. I mean, if you can watch the video, you can look up the Trayvon Martin thing on the internet and watch the whole video. And you'll come to the same conclusion that it's, completely horseshit. So, there's like a prosecutor or something assigned to this. And it's been like 140 days now or something. Because there's people that keep track of this stuff. And they're saying that like that, if, they're going to march outside that guy's house, the prosecutor's house. Because, it's that no justice, no peace stuff. But apparently the guy that's doing that says they're close to making a decision on if they're going to charge the officers involved. I have a feeling they will, because
was it different things?
It seems to me like they're, taking witness statements and putting everything together in order to create a court case. And because, otherwise they would have just said, no, he did everything, the proper way and blah, blah, blah. So, but if they don't, or that guy gets off, that's when Cleveland would probably erupt. Because then you've got this, you have this pattern now. And, I don't know, Cleveland's a weird town, though. I mean, it's weird because we just don't have, like,
what skills should I use?
Like a place where you're going to riot at. I don't know. It's strange. It's very disjointed. So did I do everything I was supposed to do here? This is weird. Let's go back over here. That thing's red on my radar. Oh, it's just because there's a vial of the healing well. The blood. But I mean, anything could happen. Cleveland's also got this thing. Sometimes, like, if you're not from Cleveland and you're, like, watching and they mention something about Cleveland and they talk about East Cleveland, East Cleveland is actually a whole nother city. It's, to the east of Cleveland, but it's not actually Cleveland. It's totally a different city. And so sometimes we can have problems in East Cleveland because they've got money problems. And they've talked about becoming incorporated with Cleveland and, actually becoming part of major Cleveland or whatever, but for now they're actually their own city. So that also makes it kind of confusing. There's a lot of the gangs and underemployed and all that stuff are living in East Cleveland. And so if you were going to have any kind of riots and that kind of thing, you'd probably see it over there. And yet there's nothing there. There's like no businesses or anything. So what are they going to do? don't even think we have a CVS over there that they can vandalize like they did last time. And I imagine that, you know, they could go down to Public Square, which is like Cleveland's center, you know, central area for causing trouble. But no, it's, you know, it's the middle of the city. Warriors Rest. Retrieve the beacon of honor from Warriors Rest. So they could go down there, but I mean, let's be serious. That's going to be like
says that our
chock
people
full
can
of
survive the
cops.
coming battle. But I saw
The rib
the truth
burn-off
in
is
his
this
eyes.
weekend.
Why did he order me to
Jack
guard the
Cancer or
beacon of
something
honor?
is playing.
Those shambling things are slaughtering
something
my
like that.
people in the forest above, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
One of those bands playing downtown. It's like a fake glam band. So you're gonna have all those like people down there with ribs and stuff, and also over on the right. I don't see it happening. The media's gonna look for anything going on, and you know something could spark, but I don't think people are that passionate about it. I think the problems in other major cities, though, with the police are also a lot worse than they are in Cleveland. We definitely, you know, because I've just given you some examples of some incidents, but I still don't think that our police are as bad as other cities. We probably don't have enough people here that are actually that fed up that they're going
When this
to
is over, I could open my own little
flip
inn
out.
somewhere, if I live.
Maybe.
Would fit you.
Well, if you ever want a job, I will consider your
Then again,
credentials.
you know, some people just want to ride.
Do me a great
I want to get free shit, free television or whatever. Am I done? Did I finish what I was supposed to do here? Beacons placed on pedestal, 0 of 2. So where do I do that? Over there? Okay. Got it. Sometimes that arrow appears on my mini-map, and then sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it wants to tell me where to go, and then other times it's just not there. I don't know if that's a bug or it's just how the game is. It's weird. Weird. Is the right one? No. Indiana Jones. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
The temple is open. Enter and defeat the guardians within. Although they are my brothers, they will seek your death when you enter.
Awesome. Seek my death. I think after I finish this mission, I'll probably wrap it up. I really gotta get back to that field. Not that I don't have a lot of time between then and now, but I expect there to be something. I'll have to go to Home Depot or something to get some kind of hose or whatever.
None may enter the inner sanctum.
Ezek the Prophet, ancient Nephilim champion.
Rise, my brothers. Rise and do battle.
Brother Terrell, ancient Nephilim guardian. Ouch. Brother Moek, ancient Nephilim defender. So one's a guardian and one's a defender. Wonder what the difference is. One guards and one defends. Like he's not even throwing. spider pots in the right direction.
Your strength rivals that of our greatest champions. What now do you think you are? You may enter our most sacred place.
You guys might want to work on the flooding problem that you got going on here. This is your most sacred place?
The noble hero fought his way here just to die.
Magda!
And who is this you bring with you? Adria's daughter? She has power within her. No matter. Your mother will soon share your fate, little
Dark
one.
zealot.
The shard is mine. Fill this temple with their blood.
She mean my mother will share my fate? Could my mother be alive after all these years?
Her words are lies and madness.
They're having this conversation during this battle.
This fight was too easy. She's toying with us. We must get
I
back
don't
to
know
Uncle
right
Deckard
now.
right away.
Dark zealots.
The world stone has been changed. Our children are born weak and suffer short lives.
Grab a sword, damn
The
it.
demon Nereza promised to restore their
Return
power,
the glowing
but
shard.
instead turned them into misshapen creatures and sent them to war against us.
Yep, whatever.
We may die, but not before she is sent back to the burning hells.
Very emotional. We'll go drop this off and then we'll wrap it up. Then they got this transporter system. You know, if I was one of the monsters, I'd be totally smashing that thing. I'd be like, well, you know, heroes are coming through this thing. Let me get rid of it.
Magda found us in the drowned temple. Even now, she seeks the third piece.
I remember a glow streaking towards a fishing village.
That must be Wortham.
Ah, brilliant, dear Leah. Have the ferryman take you there.
Talk to the ferryman, old man. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll be on later tonight to do more of this, although I'll probably be playing The Witcher 3 if everything goes right. I do have the new Alien, that new Alien game that I should play, and I'm a total chicken shit when it comes to the horror games. So that might be entertaining for people to watch. And I have Dying Light, and I haven't played Wolfenstein yet, and all that stuff for the PlayStation 4. So at some point down the road, I'm going to be playing those. So keep a look up on the VideoGameNews.com Facebook page. You can just go to www.videogamenews.com. It takes you right to the Facebook page. Like the page, subscribe to the the Twitch if you're watching on Twitch too, because you get notified that way as well, and then also on the Twitter and stuff when these things are going on. And hopefully, I can get some other people we can play together. If anybody has the same games I do at the same time I do and wants to play any of them, that's more than cool. So, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace out. Just got to remember how to actually shut this off.